I should.
You are.
Is it streaming to Mixer?
Yep.
Oh, sweet. Okay, because it was telling me it wasn't, so that's nice. Can I go to my live, please? Thank you. Oh, yay! And you can see Padra in the background. Okay! So, I'm starting a new game, because you wanted me to do a new game with you, right?
Yes.
Okay. Fresh start. Give me... I hate Blood and Broken Bones. I'll do Story and Sword. Don't show me the tutorials, I know how to do it. Simulate,
Don't pill bottles.
On. Does she have a pill bottle? Fuck Christ. Sorry.
Just don't.
Is it an empty one?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. She probably got it from the thing.
Whatever.
I need to check one other thing.
You have to tether her when you're not.
Yes, I get it. I'm probably gonna have to tether her. Like. What is it, like, picking up? Is it just picking up, static or something? Do you know?
Me? No,
Yeah.
You're fine. You're talking fine now.
Okay, but on the stream, do you know if it's picking up static or something?
I haven't looked at the screen yet. I'm
Okay, because
still
it's...
watching the cinematic.
My mic thing is just... I don't know, it's got this background thing, so I was trying to figure out what's going on with that. But, yeah, whatever. Where did she go? Padra! You have her?
Yes.
Okay.
Here with me.
Hey! Dum Dum, what are you doing? Dum Dum,
I'll be right back.
okay. Oh, Yennefer, my love.
Oh, hello, handsome man in a bathtub.
Yeah! I love this opening scene, by the way. That opening combat in the bathtub. Oh.
Fuck. Oh no! Oh god! Oh,
Yennefer is evil. Yennefer is evil. Good pup. Yennefer is evil and it's glorious. I love Yennefer. Have you read the books, by the way?
I have not.
I do recommend it. I highly recommend getting the books and reading them.
It pinched him in the ass.
No, not his ass, hun. But, yes.
So is it like his wife or something?
Technically? Okay, so the story between Yennefer and Geralt is interesting. Yen is a witch.
Yeah.
Geralt is the only person who can look at her and kind of see what she originally looked like before magic, changed her into this beautiful woman, which is how they meet. Part of how they meet is that, he's there on a job and she wants to unleash a djinn and make a wish.
She gave him a kiss.
Yeah, they eventually do get together, but they start out as kind of antagonistic enemies. Her goal was to, get more power, and Geralt kind of stopped her. And in stopping her, he basically tied their souls together on accident. He said... So he basically tied himself to Yennefer, and then they eventually fell in love. Over time. Of Geralt being a pain and everything, and traveling and stuff. But he did eventually fall in love with her, and they technically kind of raised a daughter together.
She's hot.
She is.
I bought the extra outfit for her.
Oh yes, good. Good.
Oh, was she the woman that was in the beginning opening?
Yes,
thing?
yes. He's hunting her. He's wanting to find her.
She's not there.
No, she's not. So, they've been separated for a couple years now. They died.
Oh.
Yennefer and Geralt basically died. Okay.
It wasn't meant to amuse, but to prod you to hurry. It's midday already. You promised Ciri you'd train with her. Go before Vesemir bores her to death with those etchings.
So, later then.
See you later.
You back? You back? Padra, leave it! Padra, leave it! Gotta love my puppy. Got to love my puppy. I need to get a hold of a thing. Where is it? That's what I want. Thank you. Okay, awesome. There we go. Okay. No, that's... Okay, that's fine. She can chew on that.
Squeaky. Look at your squeaky. No.
Okay, so, Red, you back? So you find out a lot of it in this particular game of shit that's happened. But the basic gist is Geralt has tied Yennefer and his souls together. So, they're literally bound, and they do eventually fall in love and raise a daughter together. That daughter is Geralt's surprise child, which is basically he made a deal with someone that he saved, and he gave them a statement of that which you already have, but you do not know what you possess, basically. So he said, I want your baby that you're about to have. And she is, the child, whose name is Ciri, is now bound to them. Stuff happened. A lot of shit happened. Ciri is wanted by the Wild Hunt, which you find out more about all of that in this game. But in the books, she's wanted so bad that shit kind of goes down, and eventually Geralt and Yennefer do die. And they are taken by the Wild Hunt. You find out more about that in this game, so I don't want to say any more about that. But they do eventually get brought back, which is when the first Witcher game happens. Geralt has absolutely zero memory of Ciri and Yennefer. He doesn't really remember much, period, except that he's a Witcher and his training.
If he's trying to find her, then how is Yennefer here now?
Yennefer was also brought back.
Well, no, you said, well, no, he's talking about Ciri right here.
Oh no, this is a dream.
Oh,
Keep playing, and you'll see it's a dream. Yeah, it's a welcome to a dream sequence. She's never been to Kaer Morhen, by the way. So he's dreaming this. He's dreaming of a happier time where he and Yen were together and Ciri was not hunted and she actually came with him to Kaer Morhen, which she's never done before, so. Happier times. That's not a chew.
He's such a smooth talker.
Puppy thinks everything is a chew because we're 5 months old! Yeah! Hi! Hi! Say hi to the camera! I love you! Yes, I do.
She's so attractive.
She's such a good girl. Are you saying hi to my microphone? Yeah? Oh, I love you too. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
So he's dreaming all of this, but he doesn't remember it when he wakes up?
No, he does now. The first game, he had no memory. And he, you can find hints of the story. Don't eat that! No, that's a cord. Give. Good girl. No. Off, Padrasuyu, off. No. Do you want a kennel? We will kennel if you do not behave. The first game, there's hints also about Yennefer and Geralt's story. And there's hints that someone close to him knows that he has no memory and wants it to stay that way. So shit kind of goes down. It's no.
He does love her.
He does love her. And he eventually gets his memory back. He actually gets his memory back at the end of the second game. The second game, he starts to realize something's not right, I've forgotten something, and through it all, he does eventually remember her. And it can end terribly or end wonderfully. Now he's trying to find her because, yeah, he's been trying to find her since. Like, essentially, since this happened.
That's who he was tracking at the beginning.
Yes, he was tracking her. And you'll find out why he's actually tracking her once you get out of the dream sequence.
Because he wants her?
Well, yes, but there's more to it than that. I mean, Geralt's like 80, okay?
Yeah, but he's also hot. I wouldn't say that.
Oh, yes. He's gonna look perma-young because of shit. Padra! Hey! Padra, come! Padra! Alright, I gotta go kennel her. She's been out and about for a while, so I'll be right back. Padra, Tsuyul! Get down here! Hey! Come here. No. No, come. Good girl. Good girl. Yes, I know. We want my attention. Come here, baby. Oh, look at that toy. Is that a nice toy? Do you like this toy? Padra, do you like this toy? Yeah, we like this toy? Okay. Okay, come here. What? Oh, it's a good bug. Oh, it's a good bug. Yeah, it's a good bug. Okay, here you go. Take a nap for a little while, okay? There you go. Ugh. Yeah, you'll find out stuff. And you can choose some to reveal some, like, choose some options in the dialogue that actually reveals more information that can get kind of embarrassing to, like, yeah. So, fair warning, the Witcher games have a lot of kind of sex stuff in them.
Oh yeah, I know. This is why I don't like it.
Okay, good. Witcher 3, you don't really see anything. It's more implied. Witcher 1, you do kind of see stuff.
And then The Witcher 2?
It's more implied.
I mean, I already saw her butt, and it's hot.
Yeah, you see them mostly naked, basically. You don't get, like, any full frontal on Geralt, but you do see her
I
naked.
can Google that later.
If you want to, yes! You'll probably find fan art. I am so stoked, though, because the Netflix is doing a Witcher series, and it's coming out on the 20th. Like Red, it's coming out on the 20th. Red.
What?
The Witcher series. Netflix is, like, huge Witcher series.
Is it animated or is
No, it's live action. It's live action. It looks amazing so far. I'm tentatively hopeful that they did it right. And so far, the fan base that have seen it, she is. So far, the fan base that has seen it all says it's really good. Like, they did well for the
Series disappeared somewhere, of course.
for the series. They did a well ode to the series. I do recommend reading the short stories because they're really good. They're also designed for a younger audience because they're kind of they're really short. I mean, they're designed for teens, basically. They're based on fairy tales. So,
Guess she prefers practice to theory.
Why?
Time to wake up, Master. These lessons so boring they put you to sleep too.
Damn it. Had her taking notes on ghouls and owl ghouls. Wanted to rest my eyes a bit.
I love how deep his
Making her
voice
slow
is.
through that.
oh,
road.
Geralt, yeah.
No wonder she took
Yeah.
off.
John of Bruges lacks flair.
Fucking
but he's
And
reliable.
you're so
Like a
fucking
Hogwarts
lucky. I don't even care if this
now.
guy's 80. I'd jump on his dick any day.
Tackling the pendulums, right?
He's very pretty.
He is pretty.
How many?
Yeah,
He has
he's
a pretty naked body too.
he's 80, 90 years old, but he's gonna be perma young because of what was done to him as a kid.
Wants to practice?
In this universe, Witchers tend to live pretty long. Like, they live a couple hundred years.
Spoiled her.
We've spoiled her. I've been saying it from the start. Ciri needs a firm hand.
Been saying that true.
Also, be careful of the choices you make with Ciri in this game, because it does determine how the end goes.
Suppose I'm partly to blame, but this has to end.
You-
Right, I told her, what I did ended up saying her was apologies not enough,
Ciri must
and
understand
that she-
if she's to become one of us.
and then
I'll
we're
see
gonna
you
go
below.
train and she has to read the whole book.
Okay.
Was that good or bad?
As young Ciri, it doesn't really matter so much. It's when you run into 20-year-old Ciri, and shit happens, and you get dialogue choices, and they're timed, and you have to make a choice with it.
Why you were so eager to
And
practice.
it's, you be firm or you be understanding and gentle, things like that. And it can change how the end happens. Like, there are 3 potential endings. One of them is sucky, and obviously not her being happy. One of them is just heart-wrenchingly terrible, and the other is the good ending, which is the ending I got when I played this the first time, so I'm like, I love it. But yeah, you can get 3 potential endings.
Wrong. Footwork.
So, be careful what you choose when you talk with Ciri.
Get down.
Think about what might be needed to help her.
What do you think? Alright.
I'm always really soft with her though, because she's so pretty. She's such
You've got work
adorable.
to do. Your reflexes are still slow.
Maybe for a witcher.
Think drowners or striggers will go easy on you because you haven't undergone the mutations?
Which she can't, because it doesn't work with women, as they've noticed.
Strigger. Disobeying his instructions? Unwise.
Well, yes, but that book was horribly dull.
I know. And you know that's no excuse.
I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
Sorry's not good enough. You're gonna read Ghouls and Al-Ghouls in its entirety, appendices included.
I usually do better not. But
Is there a good ending with Ymir as well?
Come on, we'll practice with the
Oh.
others down below.
Shall we run the walls?
She dies, doesn't she?
with Yennefer?
Yeah.
Oh no. Well, I mean, no, Yennefer doesn't. As far as I know, you can get a good ending with Yennefer, but you have to basically. There's a whole quest line involving Yennefer and the Djinn that I talked about, and doing that, and as long as you do, you make right choices up to that point, yeah, you can have a good ending with Yennefer. There's a couple choices, like in side quests and things, you'll run into that are like, you could do this thing, but how would Yennefer think about it? Is the question.
Of course.
So.
Went your school or an elven bathhouse?
So yeah, but there is a chance that basically Geralt and Yennefer can, would be, like, separated, or you have a chance to keep them together. And they really do greatly love each other. Like, it's one of the few things I really like about this series is how much they are actually in love.
What did I tell you about breathing? Through your mouth, in rhythm with your steps. Siri, cut it out.
I forgot how this went. It's so funny thinking about it now. How the tutorial goes. And how silly Ciri is as a child. She's not much better as an adult, to be fair. There we go. So how far into the tutorial are you?
I'm not the fighting part.
Okay. It's very helpful because
Anything to say
the combat in this one got better compared to the combat in the other two.
I'm very sorry.
The combat in the second one was good to a point, and then I had problems with it. The combat in one was just shit. I'm not gonna lie, it was terrible.
At the very least,
But I do recommend playing the other ones, and I do recommend reading the books because the books are really good.
Like
Definitely.
Thera Tigris that in Zerrikania dwells.
Oh, I forgot I can move my camera.
so you did read the chapter. Still, you should have asked if...
But you were asleep.
Oh gosh. I forgot how much of this.
try to weasel your way out of this.
A witcher must know how to trick his opponent. You said so yourself.
Might have. But don't use my words of wisdom. Because you got it.
Gosh, I
That's
forgot
plain
how
and
that
fair.
went. Jesus.
Fine, we've talked enough. Geralt, you're with me, Lambert with Eskel, Ciri with the dummy.
Again?
Stop groaning and grab a sword.
Oh, I need to... One of these days I need to just record this so I can video edit
What
to
do you
it.
think? Should we start
By the way, Red, I have video editing back up and running, so I can video edit now. So, yeah. If there's any videos you want to go through, please let me know. But I'm gonna skip the
I
combat.
you edit
Straight to free
videos.
training.
Well, if there's any videos you want me to create, because, I'll show you, I'll link in the chat the video that I just did the other day, so, just a second. It's still a work in progress, but the final is gonna be about almost 2 minutes.
I know, but if you ever do want me to like help you edit, I did take multimedia and computer editing for 2 years during high school.
Oh no, I'm actually good with editing. And I'll link you to basically my YouTube channel so you understand what I mean. But I've been editing since I was about 13? No. 15. So,
I know, but sometimes editing by yourself makes things.
yeah, but this is something, this isn't like video game, like a Jacksepticeye type of thing or anything like that. This is a different type of editing that I'm talking about. So I linked you to the video that I'm working on. It's Final Fantasy 15. And that's my YouTube channel. Let me just go to my channel itself. Let's see, home. And I'll link you that. Okay, and that's the YouTube channel that I use. That I upload videos to. You can see all my old videos that I haven't worked on in like 4 or 5, 6 years. That are there. I totally hate that, video. Let me know when you finish the
thing's bleeding.
what thing is bleeding? Oh, okay, you're at that point. You've almost woken up. I skipped the combat tutorial because I know the combat already. So.
You all right?
Had a nightmare.
About?
I like that I can actually see this and not have it
Take
be
forever to
desynced.
explain.
It makes me so happy.
What ship is
Dawn's
that?
some way off. We've got time.
Welcome to the Wild Hunt.
Started in the
What
guest
is
room.
that?
Came Morin. I was
Don't-
relaxing in the
don't
tub
break her.
next to me.
Triss?
Yennefer. Funny,
Yep.
isn't it? She's never been there. Seems so real in my dream, though.
Was she nagging you
why?
about something? True to life.
You'll
indeed.
find out.
Sit. No, sit.
You'll find out.
We'll find her.
Sheba, enough.
I know we will. That's not what worries me. You've seen her tracks.
So does
She's at
what's
full
his
gallop
face?
all the time.
Uncle
Breakneck speed
like
through
remember
wild
everything
lands.
or
Vesmir?
Battlefields.
yeah.
She's in a hurry to get
Yeah,
somewhere.
Vesmir's always remembered. The only person who forgot was Geralt because technically he was dead.
Be surprised if she was.
And there's other reasons why he's forgotten, but he's finally started remembering that stuff, and you'll find out more of it as you play the game.
Mages, conspiracies there.
But,
What do you expect?
part of it is he made a deal
No.
for
Guess I thought
Yennefer.
Once we were finally reunited, things would be calm.
And
At least for a while.
you learn a bit more through the interactions with the Wild Hunt.
Good luck.
In the dream, I went and
So
found
he's
Ciri,
remembering memories.
and we trained.
Sort of. This is a nightmare, specifically.
Little she
Based upon a memory.
kids who were
But
faster.
as you talk with Vesemir, you'll find out, like, Yennefer wasn't ever actually there. She's never
Didn't end
been
well,
to
did
Kaer
it?
Morhen.
Your dream.
No,
Little she.
Wild Hunt appeared. attacked Ciri. I couldn't move, stood there like a stump.
It was just a dream.
That's the problem. It was more. In the past, when Ciri'd appear in my dreams, something was wrong. She was in danger.
We taught her how to defend herself from anything, wraiths included.
So, I need you to tell me when you get in this game, when you get to the point where you're going to find Ciri, because you do eventually find Ciri in the game.
Do I say time to go or Ciri in my dreams?
Oh, you can do either or. You can do either or. Time to go will continue it onto the story. Ciri in my dreams will give you more information.
Oh, I should have said that. I thought you just meant the same thing, so I clicked time to go.
No, Ciri in my dreams, he mentions that whenever he dreams of Ciri in danger, it usually means she's actually in danger somewhere. Because they're linked. So when he dreams about Ciri, it usually means something is wrong. That's all he says. To let you know, I want you, Red, to tell me when you're at the quest where you're going to find Ciri. And I mean actually going to physically pick her up, because you do eventually find out where she is and go to get her. I need you to tell me because I want to hear your reaction to that, okay? And then I'll tell you what my reaction was afterward. But that's a long way. That's like halfway into the game. Depending on if you just do straight story quests or do side quests.
Or stuffed unicorn.
Time to go.
We used it as a bed once.
Do the stuffed unicorn one because you'll get more information.
Show me the letter from Yennefer. Might have overlooked some hint in there.
I'm gonna wait till that conversation's done.
We were meant to meet in Willoughby. That's what she wrote. Meanwhile,
Yeah, there you go. Okay. So, any of the conversation tabs that are bright gold or orange or whatever the color is, that means it's a continuing the conversation past that. Anything that's not like that's kind of faded, either you've already chosen it, which you should know which ones those are, or it gives you more information. Okay?
Nothing else to guide us there.
You understand, Red?
What's
Yeah.
this
Okay.
postscript?
So yeah, it's your choice. You get to, like, if you want to pull more information out, you can choose more information. But not always. And
used it once or twice.
some of the information's interesting, and it's like really
The things young folk
some
get
things
up
you can
to.
find out is
Back on
just
topic.
interesting. So, you know,
How's it look?
pick and choose what you think sounds interesting.
2 or 3 days.
That's all I'm gonna say is for Geralt's actual conversation choices that are gold, pick and choose what you feel and think sounds interesting. Okay?
Wait.
I do recommend, though, finding out more about his characterization and what type of person he is, because that definitely helps. Like, determining, like, what answers you want to choose. Because there are answers that are so wholly Geralt. I forgot how easy this was when I'm not in New Game Plus, because they're not actually ridiculously leveled to match my ridiculous level. There we go. That's what I wanted.
But armies pass, necrophages follow. Let's go before any more show up.
I'm gonna loot that. So, Red, are you gonna do a bunch of side quests in this, or are you gonna do the main
Oh, yeah.
storyline first?
I'm gonna run through the main storyline first, and then I'll run through and do more of the side quests.
Okay.
Since it's my first time playing this game, I'd rather, go through the main storyline
Ever tell you
first.
about this sorcerer I knew? Couldn't stop talking
Okay.
about how useful they are as creatures.
Because
I just
But
wanna
if any
know.
of the side quests do involve the Ymir and Ciri, then yeah, I'll play those.
I don't think a lot of them do,
And black crystal.
but some of them do. Make sure you pick up the bird skull on the ground, by the way, that's shimmering. Because it's a quest item. Before you get on the horse.
There was no,
Okay, go back to where that was, because there is a shimmery item on the ground.
Oh, I didn't click the thing to look. Fuck. Okay, I'll head
Turn
back.
around. Yeah, head back. Also, on your mini-map, where all those X's are, you can loot monster parts. So pick those up too. You'll need them for potions and stuff.
War's not exactly going our way.
We have a side.
The Northern Realms.
Radovid's realms, don't you mean? Temeria and Edirn are no more.
Radovid's pledged to restore the old borders as soon as he wins the war.
Believe that?
Gotta
The
believe
bowl
something.
cut.
That's what keeps us going.
Let me know when you've picked up all the loot that's there at the camp that you were at. And also you can go into Witcher Sense, that'll also show you items you can pick up. So if you remember Witcher Sense from the tutorial.
Oh, no.
I don't know if you remember Witcher Sense from the tutorial or not.
We going?
But Witcher Sense will help you find items you can loot, basically.
I don't really care about money in this game.
Oh, you're going to!
I just want to find the girls.
You're going to care about money. If you want to find all the girls you can sleep with, I would recommend playing the first game and the second game, because there can be consequences in this one. Involving Yennefer. Involving Yennefer.
I've never played the other two, though.
You should play the other two, but I mean in this one, if you sleep with other people, there can be consequences with Yennefer in this game.
Well, no, that's what I mean. I don't plan on sleeping with anybody
Okay.
but Yennefer in this game.
Okay, good. I'm just like, don't.
Maybe when I do a second run, maybe, but like.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Come on.
There you go. That's why my New Game Plus, I'm not gonna do any of that, but I'll probably do that on this because why not? I'd like to see it. But at the same time, I'm like really nervous because Yennefer's my baby. I love her.
Provided you got lucky.
She's so attractive.
Alright,
died
I'm
quickly.
riding back that way. Real
Griffins
Okay,
like to toy
okay.
with their prey. Eat it alive, piece by piece.
You'd
Oh fuck,
like
what
a
was it?
reward,
I
I
think it was this way.
suppose.
Okay.
Could always use a few crowns.
Thing is, I
Yes, it was this
need a
way, okay.
purse at the moment. Nilfgaardians requisitioned my goods.
Yeah, you should on your mini-map when you get to the area see a bunch of X's where you had killed the ghouls. You can loot those. And then there is an item on the ground there that you can pick up. It's kind of sparkly a little bit, so it's supposed to catch your attention.
Like I said, leads to the main
You'll
road
need it for
and
Yennefer, so.
You seek someone?
Is that like her familiar
Yes,
item?
a woman, medium height.
It's
long
an item that it's the item that she used in the opening cutscene.
But
Yeah, no, is that like
there's an inn
familiar
here
item?
in White Orchard.
Um,
Someone around gets its share of
It's
travelers.
indicative of her.
Perhaps you'll learn
It's
something
not
more.
necessarily familiar.
Not a bad idea, especially since that wound needs cleaning.
beast barely grazed. But sure, use a good rye.
Sparkly?
Nice and cool, you know, straight from
Crystal
the
Skull.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's go.
That's it.
Well, no, what I mean is, I'm not gonna like do anything bad for money.
Oh,
I'm just gonna like.
yeah, no, trust me, there's nothing really. I mean, you can make choices that are wholly for the fact of cash, or you can
So, a griffin this close to the village.
I mean, you have choices, but you are definitely going to need cash. But there are some choices that you'll run into where it's like, hey, you could say you're doing this for money, or, you can be actually a nice guy.
Well, that's what it was. I was just a nice guy. The guy that got trapped by the griffin.
Yeah. Well, for me, I mean, I'm right now, Geralt is, in the playthrough that I'm doing right now on the stream, he's asking for money because I know how hard money is, and Witchers are very money conscious because they don't really get paid much at all.
What?
It's hard.
Take that down before there's trouble. That of arms, the Temerian lilies. They've a right to hang there. This ain't Temeria no more.
I have
old
wolf
man.
hides.
It's Nilfgaard.
Yeah, you can sell those, or you can use them to create materials to create armor.
My arse it is.
I would hold on to those because if you deconstruct them, you can get the materials you need to actually make some really sweet Witcher upgrades.
Hold on to them. Got it.
Yeah. Until you can deconstruct them. It does cost money to deconstruct and to craft, which is part of the reason why I'm like, don't really try and push turning down money. You're going to need it.
I don't drink with Weaverlo's freaks.
But also be conscious about, like,
Your
is this...
choices.
Yeah, you need to be conscious of your choices because they do have consequences.
Pardon for those thugs.
No need. We're used to it.
Folk are jumpy around here. Armies just passed through. Now a griffin's prowling about.
Already had the pleasure. One
I need a
beast.
box or something I can set my feet on.
Right way for a hunter to put it.
So I can put my
Your
feet up
penis
and
on
rest.
all things one foot in the grave. Does no good to well own misfortune. How can I be of service?
With a drop of vodka. Me?
And you? Something to wet your tongue?
There a contract on that griffin?
Nay, not at the moment. Used to be. Soon as a beast had built a nest nearby, the alderman would start a collection, or go to the Lord for help. Now the alderman don't use the privy without asking the Black One's permission.
How long does
first.
it take to find her?
And
Literally after you finish the
Shame.
quest line,
They might have done something.
the main quest line that you get in this area, you find her. So it happens within like 30 minutes of playing this game.
Pretty busy place you got.
Nations on the move. Some search for kin, others just want to get out of the way of the armies. They all need food, drink, and a night's rest.
It literally just depends on how long you want to spend on like
Trade.
side quest stuff and things like that.
So who's the good guys?
Sounds like
The
these, you never
Nilfgaard
know
or
what tomorrow will bring.
Terrarian?
As you play if you played the other games, you'd know that the Temerians aren't necessarily not great, because they all have their ups and their downsides, and Nilfgaard has its own issues. It's really I will say this: you can kind of choose to help the Nilfgaardians out, or choose to help people out. But the war aspect is just kind of in the background, what's going on. Temeria has its own problems, like the ruler Radovid is a little bit cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. The second game really goes kind of into this on what the royalty is like and how there's a lot of issues involved in it and how they view magic and things like that and what's been done to the Witcher's profession at this point. The second game goes into that a little more detail. Of course, it's about king slaying, so there's that. But neither side is really necessarily good. I will say Nilfgaard is acting very much like a conquering nation. Their whole goal is to take over. And Temeria is kind of right now defending itself. Although Temeria did technically take over the other areas in
I like
base
how she
space.
said it's on the house, yet you actually have to buy stuff.
Yeah.
You go into the shop.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh my gosh. If you want to do Gwent stuff, I would say buy Gwent cards, but that's only if you want to do Gwent.
What's Gwent stuff?
It's a game. It's a pain in my ass, and it's very hard to play. Very hard to play. You'll talk with a guy who will teach you how to do it if you want to. So I can't sell any of that shit. Can't sell any of that shit. What do I have a potion of? Oh, I have Tawny Owl. I didn't know I had Tawny Owl. Okay. Let's see. Also, alcohol is great because you can use it in, crafting of your potions, and your concoctions and shit. So always try and pick up alcohol when you see it. Unless you run out of coin like I just did. I am out of coin. I can't buy anything more. Sorry. Yeah, because it's used in alchemy. So.
Looking for a woman. Raven-haired, violet eyes, dresses in black and white. Riding in from Willoughby. And, strange as it sounds, lilac and gooseberries. Might have smelled that.
I've not seen nor smelt such a lady. I believe I'd remember.
With Yennefer, yes, you would always remember what she looks like and what she smells like, because she's very distinctive.
Folk from all over. Might be worth your while to ask after her.
Okay. Thanks.
Thanks. For everything.
Oh yeah, so the bald man in the background that you might have seen, towards the end of the conversation with the tavern lady,
Help you bandage that up?
Please.
he's
Not decrepit yet.
Then I'll ask about Yennefer.
he's from the
Just
books,
remember, we'd rather not draw any
and he's
attention.
kind of basically the devil.
Who? Sorry, I was not listening.
So in the back of the tavern, you can actually talk to him.
Who?
If you go back to the back of the tavern, there's a man there who's mostly bald, dressed in brown, sitting by himself. You go up to him and it says his name is Gunter Odam. Gunter Odam. He's basically the devil. From the books. He's one of the people you get to talk to when you start interrogating everyone.
Cat! Can we pet the cats?
No, we can't.
No, they hiss at me.
Yeah,
Oh, bald man. I'll go talk to him. Gunther Odin. That he's the devil?
he's basically the devil in the books. He's also called the Master of the Mirror. He makes deals.
Is he the devil in this book? Or in this book? Is he a devil still in this one?
I haven't run into him in that capacity, but he knows things. When I beat the game, I didn't do every side quest because I hadn't gotten to every side quest, and I didn't do any of the DLC
I kinda
either.
wanna do his.
I don't know if he has a quest in the game. I know in the books that he's known as being the Master of Deals and the Master of the Mirror. He's kind of like, he slips between realities. He's basically like Loki and the devil mixed together. Yes, exactly. That is Gunter Odin.
Well, seeing as how one of my deities is Loki is great.
Yeah, he's kind of like that, but he's also kind of more like an evil Loki. So.
Oh, he's super evil.
He's not a nice guy.
Talk.
He takes
But is
people's
he on our
souls.
side?
He's on his own side. He'll take people's souls.
Which way did she go?
I really recommend reading the books, because I haven't actually gotten to the point where he's in the story, but I know of it from, like, peripheral research into this series, because I was super into it, like, 4 years ago, so. He's an interesting character, though.
Do I say none of your business, or of course it's about love?
That's your choice. Are you looking for Yennefer for love?
Yeah, I want my love.
Then you can say that.
What a waste of time. The Earth shall revolve around the sun before you comprehend these rules.
Yay, Gwent. I hate Gwent. I prefer the dice game. Why didn't they keep the dice game? The dice game was easy.
Geralt of Rivia.
Gwent is so hard.
With tenure. I'm looking for a woman. Long hair, dressed in black and white. Seen anyone like that?
Of course not. Unlike the populace, I know the horsewoman of war is pure poppycock.
No she ain't.
Terse exchange? What's that mean?
What? Repeat?
What does a terse exchange mean?
Basically like a kind of short, not really comfortable conversation.
War reached Novigrad yet?
I just want to pet you, kitty.
I know, but the animals don't like what's been done to Geralt very well. Like, Roach really likes him for some reason, but Roach constantly dies, so he gets a new horse and he names it Roach.
We know how to fight for it.
Basically, Geralt's not creative.
Sword is not the only weapon. Do not forget, architects from our academy-
Every horse is
He
Roach.
seems like an awkward boy,
No
but he
war
seems like
machine
he's
has ever
kind.
crumbled.
Like,
Geralt?
he seems like he has that kind of personality where Like, anytime he enters something like romantic or what, he gets a little awkward.
Yeah! He's a little awkward. He gets a lot smoother as he got older. But young Geralt is very kind of like, he wanted to be a hero. And he thought of these things, and he learned very quickly that's not how it goes. I know part of his backstory is that basically his mom is actually a witch, like Yennefer.
She's called the Horsewoman of War.
Yes. Yes, she is.
Fleeing the war.
Quite the opposite. Chasing it. I'm headed for the front.
Tired of life.
I seek knowledge, which I value more than life itself. I've a thirst no dusty old tomes can quench.
And this guy's basically what a war reporter is like, but also, but kind of confuse it. He wants to glorify it almost, and it's like, it's not that glory.
We need somebody to describe war, what it's really like. Not colorful banners and generals making moving speeches, but rape, violence, and thoughtless cruelty.
Ah, I see you lack the polish of the academy.
Yeah,
rape and cruelty are details of no import to the war's cause.
Yes, it is, you asshole. Sorry, I forgot.
Details of no importance to the war's course.
That's literally just the conversation I had. I'm like, yeah, it's important. What are you talking about? You're an asshole.
What the fuck, man?
He's an entitled. Yeah, there's a lot of that you'll run into in this game. It does not try to gloss over. It doesn't gloss over anything. It's very, very blunt about its feels and what it considers right and wrong, and it's very blunt about people get shit dealt to them. Sometimes it's not good.
I'm not playing Gwent with this bitch.
Play Gwent just so you can know how Gwent plays. Because it is a side quest series that you can do.
And I don't have time to learn.
But the rules are quite simple.
So play just the one game. Also, I really, really, really want you to understand my frustration with this game, please. Because I hate it. And they made it into its own game, Red. It's its own game. Like, literally, you can purchase the game of Gwent and play it, and it sucks. Okay, so I have nothing for the Scoia'tael. Everything for the Northern Realms, nothing for Nilfgaard, and nothing for monsters. Fuck. Okay, fine, we'll do Northern Realms. Ah! Pick and choose cards, right? Give me Blighting Frost.
Should I use the, Oxy for...
The what?
The Oxy, the power to talk, because it's the guy that told me that I need to get out of space freak for your breath sours my beer.
Oh, that's your choice. Just know that every choice does have consequences. Okay, who do I have in my deck right now? Put Vess in there. Oh, this is cards in my deck. I'm removing cards from my deck. What the fuck? That's not what I meant to do. Put you in there. Okay, so I'm at 22 cards, which is where I'm supposed to be. That back in there. Keep the impenetrable fog. Don't need decoy, really. Okay. Oh, I hate Gwent, but at least he's easy to beat. Okay, what card do I want to redraw?
So have they always hated Witchers?
Witchers aren't really liked, because they're seen as kind of monsters themselves. Because of what they do, the trial of the grasses and the things that they've been through, the mutations that have been done to them, they're really not looked upon favorably because they're creepy and they drink poison and it helps them, and there's a bunch of other things about it which they're considered useful because they get rid of monsters, but they're also considered greedy because they require payment. they're not looked upon favorably, and they should be, but they aren't. So, I mean... Yeah, I know you're gonna make it 6. Who do you affect? You affect close combat. Okay, what about you? You affect siege.
I'm forgetting how to block.
Right mouse click is what it is for me, so I don't know on Xbox. Okay, so you put down torrential rain to make it so that I can't do shit. That's fine. What do you affect? Close combat. Yeah, let's drop you down. Okay, so you're gonna put yourself up to 8. Fuck you.
Hey, the merchant's in town again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he eventually shows up. Oh, you asshole.
He's so nice.
He's gonna win this shit.
He was.
Fuck.
He literally was just like, "Well, do you want anything? I can give you like half off discount if you want it."
Yeah, he's nice.
Do I want to get stuff for like crafting and gear items?
I would, but I'd be cautious about what you have.
A torn out page, Griffin, deck, rotation, taking damage raises damage resistance up to upper limit for the remainder of the fight.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
That.
What was it?
It's a torn out page, Griffin, deck rotation.
Yes,
like
you
that.
want that. You want those. Things that are like, yeah, the decoctions and stuff, you want those because they're helpful. Once you defeat an enemy, you can actually craft them, and then you can use them. Oh, I was able to revive someone.
Is there someone you could sleep with in the town?
Not in this particular town. That's an automatic. You get a victory against that guy.
You've a knack for this game.
I do not have a knack for this game. This game sucks and it's evil. I hate Gwent. I need to do the side quest for it, but I hate it!
I'll remember that. Thanks.
I have to Google strategies for Gwent or something because it pisses me off. It's a game that I'm disgusted by, and I'm mad that they created it into its own game. Talk to Gunter.
Looking for a woman.
Like everyone.
Alright, I've talked to everyone. I'm about
Like
to head over to
everyone.
the
Not just any woman.
Nefarians.
Mine smells
The
of
Nilfgaardians?
black
Okay.
raspberries, dresses in black and white.
They'll give you a quest.
2 snapsies. It'll lift your spirits.
Let me guess. Go hunt the griffin.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'll have a drink. Can we cut to the chase?
So if we
You
want to
see her
know
or
her
not?
location, we have to go hunt the griffin.
Yennefer or
Yes, there are a couple quests, just so you know, side quests that you will not be able to complete after you do that quest.
Never mentioned her name.
They will be considered
Oh,
failed.
Is there side quests?
Yes, there are side quests that will be considered failed.
Never forget.
Yes.
Can't help it.
I'll go do those first then.
I can let me finish this conversation and I'll tell you which side quest it is. Because I'm pretty sure it's
Because I haven't picked up any
What do
side
you do?
quests yet.
there's one to find someone, and if you don't do that, it's automatically considered a fail. If you do,
Who do I talk to for that?
actually, what I would recommend is doing all the side quests you can before you do that, because once you finish out the side quests and then do that, you'll be at a good level for fighting the thing, and that way you don't lose any of the side quests for this beginning area. You won't lose any of the side quests like after this, but because it's a storyline thing, if you don't do them before the storyline continues, you lose out. There's like 1 or 2 other points where that happens. And I have to look up what side quests those are, because there are a couple. If you want to do all the side quests. That's like, it's at your choice.
How do you know Yennefer?
So, like, the choice is, Red, if you want to do all the side quests, there are a couple quests that will be basically counted as failed after you hit a certain story point. I would have to look up what those quests are, because I can't remember all of them, but I know there is one in this beginning, and it's better if you basically explore this area as much as you can, hit every place that's
Hold on,
in... Okay.
I accidentally stole something. I didn't mean to.
Oh. Yeah, that has consequences.
So do I just run away or do I die? Oh, I died.
It happens. It happens.
I didn't mean to take it. I was trying to back out of it.
Is this about love?
Yeah, it's tricky.
Fuck it. Just hit me.
So let me know when you're done with the combat, and I'll explain what I recommend for the beginning area, because this is like the tutorial beginning area, basically.
You have lost coin.
An Nilfgaardian scout from the local garrison saw her.
You had to pay a fine. You got caught stealing.
She rode in there.
I didn't mean to.
It happens.
Gooseberries and... Yes, I know. Had a terse exchange with the garrison commander and raced off.
Where to?
I'm not omniscient. Ask at the garrison.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. Are you done with your combat bit?
Road must stick together.
Yeah, I'm
Perhaps
trying to
one day
get
I'll be in
health
trouble.
now.
Okay.
We'll be nearby.
So basically, I recommend exploring this area. If you open your map, you'll see that there's a thing, the notice board that has side quests. I recommend basically exploring around these pathways here and everything, because there's a lot of things you can find that'll A, give you experience, and B, give you loot for money, and C, give you more information about kind of the world around, and you'll be able to finish out all the side quests.
Do I just press down on the D-pad?
It's your food, so whatever weapon, whatever you have your food assigned to. So like bread and water heal you, for example. Alright.
Done drinking? Then fuck off.
Don't want your kind here.
Haven't done anything to you, so just calm down.
Of course not. You done nothing.
Horses work in witchcraft.
So where do I go though
For side quests?
Yeah, for side quests.
Okay, so if you pull up your map.
Okay, world map.
Yeah. Okay, you see the orange board?
Notice board?
Yes. That'll have side quests. And then you just run around the, if you follow the road and run around, you'll see like exclamation marks and things like that. Those are also side quests. There's like quite a few in this area. I recommend going from the Wosong Bridge down south to that village down there, following that over back to the bridge to Ransacked Village, up to Crossroads, back to Ford, and then back to Wosong Bridge, and then eventually making your way north.
Plow.
Yeah, some of them are just stupid, and you can ignore them. Ones you want to like, brother missing. That's
Should
a
I-
Witcher
should
contract.
I take the Nefardian lessons?
I mean, you can. It just goes into your like inventory as a note of like, hey, this is lore shit that you picked up, but it doesn't mean anything. All it will do is make the board gray, really, in your map. And if you talk to Willis as well, you'll get
There, I took one where we could find the brothers.
yeah, there's the Find the Brothers. That's the one that will basically considered failed if you don't do it. That I
There's also
remember.
this other person over here.
Yeah, this is Willis. His quest is very simple, and it helps you learn about the Witcher sense better. Also, you have to make a choice. It's a really good starting quest, and I recommend doing his quest right away. Because it shows you kind of how everything is done.
Nilfgaardians don't pay me a bloody copper. Just give me supplies and orders. The humans can't fathom that. They think I'm getting rich off their misfortune. That I sleep on a pile of gold like a ploughing dragon. They've stopped talking to me. Spit when I pass. And now this.
Willis.
I can find your arsonist, provided you're willing to pay.
I've not much left, but I'll give you all if you bring me that horse in, so that he gets what he deserves. The night of the fire, I heard movement outside my hut. Went out to see if I could find any tracks. I found nothing. But then I haven't got cat eyes, have I? Good luck.
Ah, the Witchers with their very cat-like
I'm gonna
features.
find this arson person.
Yeah, it's a good starting quest. I definitely recommend it. Because it teaches you how to really use the Witcher sense to do quest stuff. Alright, I need to... secondary... Twisted Firestarter. There we go. There it is.
Blueprints. A man's. Large.
Also, I like how they do the Witcher senses in this particular game, because it's like he's so hyper focused at muscles. So if you go behind the forge and pull up your Witcher sense, start looking around, you'll see these red kind of marks in the ground.
All I can see are all these petals and bushes. Like, oh, there they are.
Yeah, you have to walk around a little bit to find them. And the funny thing is once you get out of Witcher sense, if you actually look at the ground, you can actually still see them. They're there, but they're not marked in red anymore. So it's actually a part of the game. Like, it's something that they put into the game, and you can actually just follow them without even using your Witcher sense, if you understand what you're looking at.
Winds howling.
I think later on I'm gonna have to look up the Witcher X reader. Not even gonna lie to you, man.
You're gonna have to look up the Witcher what?
The Witcher X reader.
Okay, you're gonna have to repeat that because I don't understand what you're saying.
The Witcher X reader.
Like a fanfic?
Yes.
Oh! Okay, yeah, I mean, if you do you.
Took off his boots and went in.
Okay, I lost this trail by the water. Do I still...
Yeah, just you have to keep looking around the water, see where he went. Because he went into the water and then he went somewhere else, and it's like, where did he go next? You might have to go past the bridge and things to find more evidence.
Something jumped out of the rushes.
It's past the bridge, isn't it?
But
Yes.
managed to escape.
It's basically on the other side of the bridge.
Lost his boots in the rush. Lost his boots
Oh,
in the
listen,
rush.
I didn't mean to do that one again. Come on. Move, Geralt.
Bleeding, but not badly. Surface wound. Tracks lead back to the village.
My gran told me about Smith's
What'd you do?
Recognizing by
Click on
his
him.
wounds.
No, I was trying to examine something and accidentally clicked onto the merchant.
Oh, yeah, that happens. It's a trick to figure out how to examine shit properly. Da, da, da. I'm just casually looting people's shit. And who's the asshole?
It's gotta be him. Nasty wound. Run into a drowner.
What the fuck do you care?
Whoa. Our arsonist's a charmer, too. Come on. Smith wants to talk to you.
Why not talk to a non-human?
How do I crouch so they can't see me?
You can't.
You can't. So I just have to loot with the hoping that they don't see me.
Yeah.
They forge the blades of
You have to be basically cautious. If there's like MILF guardians nearby or people in charge, don't do it. If you're in a house,
I give you gold.
less likely to get caught.
My mum died a while back and I sold her too.
Like, to be fair, I've never actually been grabbed and had to pay a fine for looting before, so I don't know how you did it, but that's amazing.
Magpies and dwarves.
Because I
might
looted
be
right in
greedy,
front of a bunch of
but
army
I'm
men.
not. Can't buy.
Yeah, that's not, you don't want to loot that, unless you kill them first.
Got a bunch of water from here though.
Now
Yep.
follow me.
Which is helpful on health. And eventually you'll be able to make it so that, like, you can,
Found him!
there you go. Now you get to make a choice on what to do with them.
Up and at him.
What's going on?
Here you go. One village pyromaniac in the flesh.
Nah. You! I knew your mum for years.
No, fuck you, I'm turning you in, you're
This is how you repay me.
piece of shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Not a shit, you're coming with me.
Soldier. A minute of your time, please.
And now you have to deal with those consequences.
I was drunk. Didn't know what I was doing.
I've told you, Master Willis. We will help you rebuild once reinforcements come. The supplies have been ordered.
Not what this is about, mate. This here's the arsonist. A witcher found him.
The forge was important to the
I didn't want to fight him, so I said to calm
Destroying
down
it
and
was
follow me.
sabotage.
That's good. It gives you,
Here.
you get an experience chance with that, yeah. Which, you know, is really helpful.
Harsh as punishment goes.
But deserved. You know, I hated the Black Ones at first, like everybody else did. Now
Fuck
I'm
that,
thinking they
arsonists
might
pay
just
for their
bring
crimes.
order to this place. Teach these layabouts some manners.
Now deal with your
Enough about that.
consequences.
Your reward. And I managed to save some things from the fire. Anvil still holds, so I'm sure I can bang something out on it. You need anything, let me know.
So,
Give you a good price.
since you finished this, you now have access to basically a blacksmith who can craft you weaponry. If you have the
Customer.
stuff for it, he also sells things as well. So,
Like you to forge something for me.
I want to see what you can forge. Okay, I can't do the warrior's jacket because I'm missing leather, scraps, and wire. I need scraps. That needs straps. Do I have anything to make leather straps? Do I have anything to make leather straps? No, I don't. Junk, okay.
Just a tree.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was a piece of shit anyways. He sold his mom's tools literally right after she died.
Yeah. Give me twine. Willis blood just turns into monster's blood. Note. Okay. What do you have in your shop? Anything
He's
that
so
I can
nice.
sell? Who, Willis?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Willis
love
is...
Willis.
So the thing that I have is, I like a lot of the elder races that you run into in this game. Because they're really nice, the dwarves and the elves. Except for the Aishi. The Aishi are assholes. And you'll understand what I mean. And I'm pronouncing that wrong. They're basically based on the Ainsi, the Ainsili, the Ainsi from Celtic Irish myth. That's what they're kind of based on, but they're assholes. So, right, I have no money right now to buy anything, so I will come back to you when I have money and shit that I can do.
Neither do I.
So long.
12 gold, but he has the ability to upgrade the Gambeson you're using right now, which is really useful. What other
Is
questions?
there a dog I can pet?
Most of the dogs you run into are crazy.
No, it's running away from me and guarding a boy.
Yeah, most of the dogs you run into are wild dogs. So if you do the, quest, the contract Devil by the Well, you'll also kind of learn how Witchers do contracts, and how he handles that stuff. So I recommend doing that as well, because it teaches you some things. Also, you can loot the house to fuck.
I was doing the missing in action, and then I also have contract Devil by the Well.
That's the one I recommend doing next before doing Missing in Action, because Missing in Action will take you all over the map.
Quest Devil by the Well.
And this is the one that's closest, and it actually shows you kind of how Witcher contracts work. It's the farmer's wife. I'm gonna lose that. You guys don't give a shit if I take all your stuff. That's awesome. Okay, talk to you.
Greetings, good man.
Literally, I really like how one of
That's what I read.
the best nursery rhymes.
Yeah.
Or the most well known is the one literally about an old man hitting his head and dying in bed.
Yeah, yeah.
Because earlier on we drew our
Literally,
the
that's
river,
like every child nowadays
so
still
many
knows that.
corpses
Mhm.
floating in it after the battle is turned
It's
noxious.
raining, it's pouring,
It also
pouring.
made
The
me
old
drink
man
half a
snoring.
picture.
Went to bed. He bumped his head and couldn't get up in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, he died in his sleep.
There's also the
And not beer nor
Ring Around the Rosy, Pocket Full of Posies, Ashes, Ashes, We All Fall Down.
That's about the plague.
That's about the flu. That's about influenza.
But first,
The influenza outbreak.
Well, no, the song started during the point of the Black Plague.
Was it the Black Plague? I thought it was because of the influenza.
What they would do is they would burn their bodies, and before they burn the bodies, they would stuff flowers, posies inside their pockets to smell, because it smelled so bad.
I
So
thought
they
it was.
stuffed them in pockets, and then they burned the bodies.
Yeah, see, I knew it was about, an outbreak, a really bad outbreak. I thought it was because of the influenza outbreak, because your face went really red from a fever, and then you
the
died.
Ring Around the Rosy means when you had the Black Plague, it kind of looked like ringworm. You would have rings all over your body. That's what
okay.
it meant. So ring around the rosy, pockets full of posies.
See,
ashes, we all fall down.
I heard an explanation that was about influenza, and it was because your cheeks went bright red from fever, and then you died, and then they had to cremate most of the bodies because of how bad the influenza outbreak was.
No, the song originates from the Black Plague.
That makes more sense to me. But yeah, there's a lot of
history book, even the history books that we had it during I think it was
this ghost.
My sophomore year when we were going through the Black Plague.
Yeah.
They would say that the plague doctors would stuff flowers and mostly posies inside of the pockets because the stench was so bad.
Yeah, it helps with the smell of the dead. It makes a lot of sense. Honestly, I don't know why I thought it was influenza, but I knew it was a song about basically dying, because that's what it was about. Let's see. I'm not reading that.
Should I say let's talk about my reward?
Yeah, this allows you to negotiate.
But this is my job, so let's talk about my pay.
something not right with
Oh,
the
I'm
coin?
haggling.
Yes, you're haggling how much you're getting. You can go higher or try to go lower, but be aware that he will be annoyed if you go too high.
That settles it then.
Okay, good.
Fine, I'll help.
Where's this well?
I was at 18. I was able to bring it
We settled
25.
in the
He said
heights.
lower it a little bit,
It's
so I went to
abandoned now. No one
23. I
ventures
got
there on
23.
account of
Yep,
those
that's
people.
where I'm at, 23.
Drive it off. Please.
I do like their huts here, by the way. They have all these flowers painted on them.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so Devil by the Well. Oop.
Looking for trouble?
So yeah, this teaches you a lot about kind of how the Witcher contracts work as well. This is really the tutorial area. So it introduces you to things, and then you can come back here later and do a bunch of the stuff you couldn't do before because of constraints of level and things like that. Because there is some things that you will not be able to get to or reach because of what your level is.
Okay, I can't hit this lady. Why can't I hit her?
Who are you trying to hit?
The Wendigo, or not the Wendigo, the Banshee.
Okay. There's a reason why you can't hit her. Are you using your silver sword, first of all?
Wonder what it's doing here.
I am, yes.
Okay, have you done research on her? Have you found all of her things?
No. I
You-
just went over there to hit her.
Okay, so you're gonna want to back out, follow your quest recommendations. It says to, like for me, it says right now, read the bestiary entry on Noon Wraiths. Because she doesn't attack right away, and he notes that. So if you go to read your bestiary entry on Noon Wraiths, you'll find more out about Noon Wraiths.
Oh god, I can't. Fuck.
She might kill you first. But it tells you what they're vulnerable against, so you can actually make the materials to fight them.
Okay, I ran away.
Good.
Something's tied the new wraith to this place. An object. Something she needs before
So,
she'll leave
where do
this
I find
world.
the stuff on her?
Okay, so did you look through the bestiary like it recommended?
What's the material? You're gonna have talk to me. I don't know what that is.
Okay, so you pull up your main menu. Basically the place where you go to your inventory and your quest lines and stuff. Pull that up.
Yes.
Okay, there should be a way to tab over to what is the bestiary, which is about all the monsters you can fight.
I have glossary, alchemy, inventory, world map, quests, character, and meditation.
Okay, what does your quest line say to do?
Read the entry about Northwaits in the bestiary.
Okay, so
I don't know where the
go over
bestiary
to the
is.
glossary. Go over to the glossary. That should reach you to the bestiary.
Stabbed with
There
a
we
knife,
go, that's what
died
I'm-
on the
okay.
spot.
Yeah.
Animals fed on his body, picked his skeleton clean.
So look at what it says about Noon Wraiths, read what it says about Noon Wraiths, and then look at the recommendations it made on what to use to fight her. You're gonna need that first. Then follow what the next quest objective is.
Blood. Small hands. A woman's. Someone dragged her out.
Because there's gonna highlight some areas on your mini map that you should look at for items that are important to figure out more about this Noon Wraith.
Under the right conditions, bloodstains can remain visible for decades.
So the whole this is showing you how the Witchers work, really. Oh, I didn't mean to.
Palm prints and no body.
I didn't mean to rewatch that. Okay. Meant to hit W. Right now she's active, and I need to wait until she's not if I want to get to the well. Also, you can
When
loot
is
this place
she
to
not
fuck.
active?
She's active during like noon. She's a noon wraith,
Oh,
so she's.
It's clear. It's 6 o'clock here.
But it's during the day.
Bloodstains, barely visible.
She's gonna be out and about during the
Someone
day.
was dragged this way. Someone who was
Where's
still
she
alive.
tonight?
She's not visible because she's a noon wraith. She is out during the day. Like if you
So
read,
she won't attack me during the night.
no, because you won't see her. Yeah, so you'll want to look at
So
the
she,
well
she
itself.
Can't attack you when she's invisibly.
She can't attack you when she's not there. She's
That's what I'm saying.
only
She can't hit me when she's invisible.
yes, correct. It's more that she's not manifested at that point than invisible. The Witcher world has some rules and logic associated with it. You just gotta kind of figure out what rules and logic it is. Let me over here so I can look over here and get the missing item I need. Ah, there we go. Oh, that's a smoking pipe. Fuck. Turn around. Geralt, turn around. Alchemist powder. Let in. There we go. Ah, get over all this shit. There we go. Nope. Okay, where the fuck is it?
So what time does she stop manifesting?
You can meditate until night, and she should be gone. And I would follow all the points of the quest. Like if it says something like, read the diary from the ruined house, then pull up your glossary to find the paper that's the diary and read that. Should pull you into like books and things. Crafting. If it doesn't pull you into books, then you have to go to actually your inventory, which sucks. There it is. Killer diary.
I just have to find out what binds her.
Yep. So follow your quest objectives and you'll get to the information of what binds her.
That bracelet might be what ties the woman's spirit to this place.
And then if she's still visible, meditate until she's until night when she's gone to do more research.
I am. It's nighttime right now.
Okay.
Bodies dried to a crisp. Signs of burns. Noonwraith did this. Noonwraith won't stray too far from the well. Noonwraith won't stray too far from the well. Most faded. But the line's taut. Something's not right.
There we go.
A corpse, aimed by the bucket rope. Woman the journal belonged to. Must be.
So once you get the storyline, you kind of understand more about how this person died and why she became a Noonwraith after she died.
Judging by the teeth. Left arm's missing.
You also get to see how very clinical Garrett is in his understanding.
Gotta find the object that binds her to this place before I do, though. Was she wearing the bracelet from her husband? Might be why her arm fell off. Gotta jump down there. Hope I don't break my legs.
It happened. Position references. Lord's Court.
There it is.
Oh my
that's
god,
Golden
this
Spear.
guy stormed in during a wedding and freaking demanded that his right of the first night. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah. So this gives you more
Practically
information.
raped the wife.
Yep, this gives you a lot more information about the world, and it's not always pretty information, as you can see. Like, they don't hold anything back in regards to The Witcher. Okay, how the fuck do I get up there? Oh yeah, over here. Duh. I'm a dumbass.
Yes, I still have the unicorn.
Lucky not to come up empty-handed. The bracelet with an inscription. To Claire, from Volker. Bracelet must have belonged to the woman in the well.
It's a very sad story, to be honest.
Lovely craftsmanship. But I'll have to burn it with the body to get rid of the Noonwraith for good. Better do it near the well.
So pretty much, the Lord showed up and burned down his whole house.
Yep.
Or burned down the village.
and then killed everybody inside.
So follow the bloodstains out.
Follow the bloodstains out and find out more information. And then eventually you'll be able to figure out more of what you need to know. And then eventually you'll find the item you need in question to help her. Because basically that's all you're doing is you're...
Don't tell me he threw her down the well.
Well, why don't you check?
Oh.
Yeah, it's not pretty, Red. And if you weren't, like, almost an adult, I would not recommend you play this game.
I am an adult.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The fact that you're 18, if you weren't 18, I would not recommend you play this game. Just because of how it is, of how the story works, and how they are very, very blunt with how people are treated and what has happened. And that the world is not a pretty and nice place. It's very clear about all of that. Okay, so I'm back here. Oh right, I need to pull up my alchemy. Do I have the ability to create the oil? No, what am I missing? Arenaria. Fuck. It'll help so much if I have that oil, though.
He hanged her down the well.
Yep. Yep. Arenaria. Where do I find that? Okay, I need to go find some Arenaria because I'm not gonna fight her without Spectre oil because it really helps. Do that. Really helps with her fight. Yeah, he was not good. Got some money from the dwarf. Not much, but I did get some. Let's see if I can find someone I can purchase shit from. That's Hellebore. That's not gonna help. Nope. I want Arenaria. Where can I get fucking Arenaria? Okay, so here's an abandoned oh, yeah, this is a good one. I should do this while I'm here. This is the complete wrong direction of where I want to go, though. Well, I can only do it during day. Okay. Fuck. Let's see. I want to go back to the village. So I want to go this way. Oh, that's Belize fruit. That's not gonna help me. Hey, drowners, you wanna die?
So do I have to swim out of here?
Yeah, you do. There's no other way out. Eat the food, Geralt. You're dying. Fuck you.
You gotta hurry too, man. It's almost, it's 2 o'clock.
What? 2 o'clock? What?
No, in my game, it's 2
Oh,
o'clock.
okay. So, if you looked at the bestiary, you could see the stuff that actually helps in the fight against her. So if you can create those items, which is like the what was it, specter oil and stuff, you'll have an easier time of it. Or if you use, what is it,
the silver sword.
Yrden. Well, you have to use the silver sword, but if you use the sign Yrden to help contain her, that'll work very well. So specter oil, Yrden, and moondust balm are what works best against her, if you have them. Like, I'm right now running around trying to get Arenaria petals because I want to be able to fight her well, and the specter oil literally is my saving grace in that fight, otherwise I will die. Because I'm not good at the combat, so I'm like trying to find the stupid petals. Someone has them somewhere.
Oh shit, if you go into one of the houses, someone's hung up on the thing with like missing a leg, half of their leg gone, and then their arms are tied behind their bodies.
I didn't actually see that, so thank you for that image. That's something I've missed every single time I've played this game. Jesus. That's fool's parsley. Oh, I need those against werewolf stuff, so yeah, let's grab that.
Well, the area when you jump out of it,
yeah.
The water, there's that boathouse.
Yeah.
Thank you for
I don't think I ever went into that house.
Yeah, you get a pearl in there, by the way. You get loot, like good loot.
I need to go back there. Thank you.
Yes.
I didn't know that. That's helpful.
Can you use the fishing rods?
No, you can break them down into base components for crafting.
Let it go half free.
Dude, what a fucking letdown. Like, you know how great that would have been if you'd be able to fish in this game?
Oh yeah, no, I know.
So
right.
I just need to walk around looking for like loot, or not loot, but
I'll get that later.
Stuff to make the oils.
For the specter oil, you have to find Arenaria petals if you look at your thing, because you need 4 of them. It's not easy to find those, so you have to find people who are selling them, because I'm not finding any in the wild. So I'm talking to all of the shop people. I know there is an herbalist somewhere nearby that I could probably,
Got anything interesting?
That's another quest that you can have a conversation with and then have access to the Arenaria petals. But I need to hunt that down.
Farewell.
Well, I know I can pin it.
Alright, I actually have to pause because I have some concerns I need to deal with. So, I have to go, hun, because I have some stuff I need to take care of. Actually, wait, escape. I need to save first. Save, okay, escape.
So you're gonna make me play this all by myself without
I will come back soon and talk with you, okay? I will happily. I